Welcome. I'm Shaeffer. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm going to show you how to make applique seams on fabric. It is surprisingly easy and very rewarding. It started with this sample, which my instructor brought to class when I was a student at Laney College in Oakland, California. Miss Scarpa had been the head draper at iMagnet's custom salon in San Francisco. This is a beautiful fabric. It is white silk satin with this handsome velour roses. You can see the raw edges on the leaves which have not been appliqued. On this sample, you can see again the raw edges around the leaves as well as a horizontal seam. This is the back of the sample. The section on the left is cut on the selvage, and it could have been matched, but it would have had a seam in the middle of the rose, and it would not have been as attractive. This is a newspaper photo from September 18, 1957. The dress was worn to the opera opening. It was made at iMagnet's custom salon and cost almost $2,000. You may have used a similar technique on lace. Applique on fabric is different, but it is not difficult. This is a skirt I made. It has seams only at center front and center back. The fabric was a gift. It is a Japanese wax resist panel that measured 6 feet by 6 feet. Here you can see the center front seam. This detail shows the seam better. Here is another detail of the seam. On the back, at the zipper, I applied an applique on the left hip to continue the pattern. Here are the directions. Thread trace to seam lines and mark the match points with thread. Match points are another name for notches, and you know you match those when you're sewing. Flip the seam to the seam line just below the section to be appliqued. Press the seam allowance under on the overlap below the applique. Match the thread traced seam lines and notches and pin them together. Top baste the sections together. Top basting is just a regular basting, but it's through all layers on the outside of the garment, so it holds the sections in place. Below the applique, use slip stitches or fell stitches to baste the seam, then remove the top basting. Now you're ready to machine stitch the seam so the right sides are together below the applique. Always begin at the point of difficulty, just below the applique, and do not backstitch. You will tie the ends together later. If you don't start right at the clip, don't worry. You can always come back later and sew the small opening closed with short back stitches. The seam is stitched and pressed open, but it should not be pressed open until after the bastings are removed, because you will not get as nice a press with the basting still in the fabric. This is the wrong side of the seam, and you can see where it's machine stitched above and below the applique. Here is the finished seam on the right side. Baste the appliques in place. I use diagonal stitching, but I also use matching thread, which is very difficult to see, and there is a very small seam allowance to turn under there, but the fabric doesn't ravel, and I did not have any problems. This fabric does not fray badly, so the amount to turn under is very small, and it's much easier. I used a short between needle. This is sometimes called a quilting needle. Turn the edge under and sew it permanently with fell stitches. When fell stitching, use the needle point to turn the edge under. This does take some practice, but not a whole lot. Here's a last look at the skirt and the applique seam on the front. The short top was worn over a long black evening gown. I'll show you how to applique the motifs at the darts. This is actually much easier to applique around embroidered motifs. This is one of the darts on the front. Thread trace the dart and seam lines. Cut through the dart and around the motifs. Match the stitching lines and pin. Top baste the edges together. Since the dart stitching lines are short, it is easier to use back stitches or fell stitches to sew between the appliques. Turn under the edges of the applique and sew it permanently. For an embroidery like this, the edges of the applique are easy to turn under. Here is the finished top, and the darts are hidden under the applique. This is an evening gown I made. I assume I bought a remnant since I didn't have quite enough fabric. Generally, I recommend buying extra fabric to avoid this problem. I'll show you the applique seam I used to lengthen the left back. The applique really isn't noticeable, even when you see it up close. Here are a couple of process steps. I basted the sections together first to match the pattern. On the overlap, I marked and thread traced the seam line. Then I trimmed, leaving a very small seam allowance to turn under. I basted the sections together with diagonal stitches. Then I turned under the edge and basted again before fell stitching the layers together. Here's a close-up of the finished seam. Looks pretty good, don't you think? Here's one last look at the dress. This is another applique ideal. This dress is in the collection at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. This is an old photo from a visit to the V&A in the 1980s. You can see the fabric on the skirt. It has a cream background with pink roses scattered on it. A dozen or more of the roses were cut out and appliqued on the bodice, so the bodice is almost all pink. Here is a detail of the appliques. I think they're very interesting because some are very small and some are very large. I've included this photo of the back placket because I thought it was very interesting that they curved the placket rather than having it in a straight line as we normally do. This is a sketch of another dress I saw on that visit. I wrote to Balmain and they sent me this sketch. This is the bodice of the dress. It's almost completely made up with leaves appliqued together. And here is a view of the back. It really is stunning. Well, our lesson on applique seams is finished. Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out the directions for the Yves Saint Laurent fly zipper. I'm Claire Shaeffer. Thank you for joining me today. If you are interested in couture and improving your sewing skills, I encourage you to join my channel. I look forward to seeing you again.